back. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Oh, and you just knew that one was coming this morning, didn't you, here on Boomer Life on CL 650, as our guest just lit right up, just started dancing simultaneously, as a matter of fact, with and our guests are Rhonda Hebert and Tamara Morin from Pampered Pets Ultrasonic in Delta, but my gosh, you're all over British Columbia, 34 locations province-wide, and we're talking about dogs and cats and their teeth and cleaning, and when we do the Christmas show in a few weeks, we'll talk more about toys and gifts and things of the season that dogs and cats respond to well and not so well. But there's one toy that we can talk about now, because this is a toy that we see people using a lot, and it's the tug-of-war toy, Rhonda, and you're not a big fan of this. A lot of people like to play, especially with dogs with a fairly powerful grip, and you get the dog gets a good grip on that toy, and you get the other half, and sometimes growling goes on, and the dog can actually be lifted up off its feet and spun in a circle if you know what you're doing. Not that I do, but I've seen people do it. So I mean, it's fun and all of it. It's very energetic, and the dog seems to enjoy it, except you have a huge frown on your face because you don't. You see negative consequences from this behavior.
When I see that kind of thing happening, I actually stop it, because if you start that with your dog as a puppy, just think of baby teeth that are coming in, and then the adult teeth are coming in and they're not quite strong. You pulling with any kind of device is going to cause those teeth to shift. We've seen dogs where their canines are sideways because of pulling games. So if you're going to introduce something like that to your dog, do it at a later age. And even at a later age, it causes aggression issues, because that dog thinks it's playing a game with you, and if that dog wins, it's winning one over you. Mm-hmm. So you always have to win, and to win you have to be aggressive, and you need to take it away. So there's parts about damage, there's parts about aggression, there's parts about your dog thinking it's one up on you. There's a whole bunch of training mechanisms, and for the teeth of the dog, that tug-of-war is not a good game.
So interesting that I'm glad I asked, because it's considered, and a lot of it gets put down by guys particularly. Well, it's a dog. It needs to have strong teeth, and this is just my way of making sure that this dog has strong teeth. And in fact, what you're doing is making your dog's going to have buck teeth, if anything.
Exactly.
That's not. Maybe they're strong, but they're going to look a little odd.
And they're going to be terrible to clean.
I guess, huh? So just any of those. So those sorts of that man versus animal pull is not a recommended scenario.
Anytime you create aggression in your dog is not a good scenario. You need to squash aggression.
Okay. Interesting, and a lot of dog owners don't get that.
No, they don't know, Stu. That's the thing.
Well, and a lot of them are kind of proud that they have aggressive dogs. A lot of people get dogs. People get dogs because they need to have their property guarded. That's fine.
That's fine.
We had a guard dog. And you don't have to. A guard dog, like a shepherd or others, they know their job.
They know their job. They don't need to be taught.
They do not. So, and you don't have to train a dog like that to be aggressive. It's automatically, it's in the DNA. Mm-hmm. This is my territory. I'm here to protect it. What's your problem? And that's sort of
why are you here?
That's exactly it. So there's no need to up the aggression level, is there?
Especially when you can't dissipate it.
Right.
If you're just teaching it aggression and not teaching it that it's going to lose and that it's the dog, you're teaching it to have resistance against you, the owner.
Right.
I can't tell you how many people I know that are scared of their dog.
Is that right?
Oh, every second one.
Well, it's interesting. I've heard of an instance, for example, where a couple has a dog, and she'll say, oh, it's his dog. Dog won't do anything for me. It's all about him. And the dog won't come to me, ignores me, won't behave won't behave for me, etc. And it's almost like an alien living in my house. And I hear that a lot. It's her dog or it's his dog. It's not our dog.
Most of the time, dogs pick one person.
Yeah. And I know it's that sort of alpha persona thing that's built into their DNA too, isn't it?
Well, it's
They're pack animals.
and they're not quite that smart when it comes to the pack mentality. It's who feeds them.
That's true.
Who feeds them and takes care of them.
Right.
That's their pack leader.
Do we occasionally bestow too much intelligence capabilities on our dogs?
No, we never give our dogs enough credit.
Really?
Never.
Okay.
I've seen old dogs do the most amazing things. I've seen young dogs do the stupidest things.
Okay.
Dogs are profoundly smart. Profoundly smart. They can detect cancers. They can detect epilepsy in people. They're trained as guide dogs. There's no limit to what your dog can do.
I meant to mention this when we were beginning the program. Both of my guests, both Rhonda and Tamara, are, in addition to being experienced ultrasonic service providers in terms of cleaning teeth for dogs and cats and so on, both of you are formally, fully trained animal paramedics.
Yes, we've received our training through Dog Safe, and we are certified level 1 and 2 emergency response responders.
Did you see the story? This happened in Coquitlam a couple of days ago. There was a house fire, so the fire department shows up, and they get everybody, all the humans, out of the house. But this happens, firefighters will tell you this happens all the time. The people get out on the street, and somebody screams, "Oh my God, the dog's still in the house!" So a very plucky firefighter decides, "Oh well, okay," and goes into the house, grabs the dog, and brings it out. So it's with the people now, but the dog's in pretty tough shape, lots of smoke inhalation and that sort of thing. So they put the dog in an ambulance and administer CPR while taking it to the hospital.
Absolutely.
Corey had this story on the morning show just a few days ago, and I'm sitting there and I'm listening to her tell the story, and I'm going, hey, I know a couple of people could have handled that situation.
Absolutely.
Animal paramedics.
And there's such a need because dogs are people too.
Mm-hmm. And you have the firefighters were able to provide, they had some kind of customized oxygen mask that they were able to give this small, it was a Shih Tzu, I think.
Yeah.
They were able to give it oxygen while en route to the ambulance. The firefighter said, in my 35 years in the service, I've never taken a creature to the hospital before.
Well, sometimes those dogs are more important to the people than their family members.
Well, and mercifully, all the people involved in the fire got out safe and sound. So then, and only then, of course, then the priority becomes the dog. And fortunately, the dog made it too.
That's a wonderful
story. But
story.
Dog paramedics, have you received, you get calls for that aspect of your training?
We get questions on it because we're proud of it and it's on our website. We get, what do you mean you're a dog paramedic or
Exactly.
you're a dog first responder?
Right.
And we just tell them, we've been trained, we can assess your dog's needs, and we can get it to the safety of your veterinarian.
Tamara, let's go over this list that you have provided. Thank you for the homework on this, too. The benefits of sedation-free ultrasonic teeth cleaning. This is what you do, the essence of the business, expanding as rapidly as it is across the province. And you ask Rhonda, she'll take it right across Canada, just give it half a chance.
Absolutely, she
So
would love it.
let's talk about the benefits, and it begins with you two, you experienced oral hygienists.
There's a lot of many good benefits with the sedation-free teeth cleaning. You know, one, there's no sedation, and you get the love of me and Rhonda for your animal, your dog or cat. You know, there's lots of natural products that we use, lots of different techniques and touches that we use, and the machine that we use is an ultrasonic machine, which is just water and vibration, so it just glides across, so there's no poking or prodding,
Right.
no severe damage being done, because there are tools out there that can cause enamel defects and problems within the dog's teeth if done, not properly.
Right.
So with the proper training and everything like that, you'll have great service, great things for your dog, and then we do a lot of maintenance and maintenance products as well, and a lot of recommendations.
Okay. Carry on with the list here, Rhonda. And the fact that a typical appointment would last somewhere between, 1 and 2 hours?
Typically 2 hours. And the nice thing I like is there's no age limit. The older the dog, we take the more attention. And there's no blood test needed because
There's no sedation.
There's no sedation,
Right.
so blood tests are needed.
No needles at all,
Not needed
right?
at all. And you're preventative care at home is made easy, written out, and formulated specifically for your dog.
Earlier in the program, we had an email question from Stephanie in Tawasin, which you were able to answer, Rhonda. And you also reminded us at that time of an offer that you have. Stephanie's question was to us at pets@CIL650.com. And each program going forward, we're going to take some of your emails and respond to them. And one person who sends us an email, as Stephanie was the case with her today, one person's going to win a prize. And the prize is?
She's going to win a free sedation-free teeth cleaning. But what I'm proposing to the other listeners of CIL 650 is if they call in and they mention the radio show, they can get a $50 off their teeth cleaning.
Oh, really?
Every single customer or every single listener of CIL.
Interesting, because Inga, whom we talked to earlier, was listening to the show a few weeks ago and just randomly thought, well, these people sound like they know what they're doing. And you ended up dealing with 6 of her animals.
Yes.
So, and so any CIL 650 listener who would like to avail themselves of the services of Pampered Pets Ultrasonic will get a bit of a discount.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Nothing.
Rhonda Hebert and Tamara Morin, thanks so much for coming in. You busy people. It's nice that you squeeze an hour for us once a month. It's great to see you again.
Thank you.
It was
thank
amazing.
you very
Thank
much,
you so
Sterling.
much.
PamperedPetsUltrasonic.com, friends. Check it out. We'll see you next time here on Boomer Life.